As I go deeper in meditation, I analyze the whole life, not just mine, everybody's. The life that we know life is a collection of dead matter, 5 elements of the earth, which we utilize to create something that is nothing but a miracle. We are the subject, and the rest of the world is object. We look at the world and recreate the image of the world within our mind. The world actually doesn't come in our mind, but we create in a very fine detail the image of the world. You smell a rose. What happens to the rose? At the end of the day, it wilts and you throw it away. What happened to the fragrance of the rose? It came in through your lungs, through your breath, through your nose, stayed for a while, few seconds, and then leaves. Everything about that rose remained outside. But what happened to the experience that you experienced when smelling the rose? It became engraved within your mind. That experience stays with you. Similarly, every single interactions with the world gets recorded in your mind. And what is mind? Is nothing but modification of your own inner awareness. Part of your awareness got devoted to that rose, and now you are walking around with that experience recorded in your mind, enjoying it time to time. Whenever you like it, you bring it back. You manipulate that experience to your advantage. But the flower, the rose, never really made it to your mind. It came into your body and left. It was easy for the experience to go through the body because body and the rose both are non-alive things. So they share the common pool. But ultimate result is the experience. So part of your consciousness you devoted towards storing that experience. It's just like an empty hard drive with nothing written on it versus all the softwares loaded on it. The whole machine of the body, the mind, the consciousness is an amazing thing. It has a capacity to observe the object, play with it, and do whatever it wants to do with it. is just like a game of a cat and the mouse. The mouse is small, not capable of going far. Cat is highly sharp, with fully developed body to grab the mouse anytime it wants. Cat plays with the mouse. Between the cat and the mouse, cat is in control. It can go and catch the mouse anytime. So cat is a highly developed subject. Mouse becomes an object. If you look at a pen, the image of the pen gets stored within your mind. Now that image, when you talk about that pen to someone else, you can glorify it, you can downgrade it, but nobody's gonna be there to see your experience when you're having the experience of the pen. That experience becomes your property, and you can manipulate, because like a cat, you're smarter than that experience. So between subject and an object, objects are actually created within the psyche of the subject. So subject is always more powerful than the object. Even our body is being watched every single day. The body becomes part of you because it is being watched every single day. So it has the closest proximity to your mind. So mind, whatever it creates, it feels it is attached to it. But none of the objects actually come within the mind. They come only as memories, only as created images within the mind itself. And you walk around with these images all the time. The world actually doesn't come within you, but you create the world within yourself. Out of the total energy, the total consciousness that you have available, you utilize a part of it. And then utilize it the way you want it. In the deeper recesses of meditation, just by being silent, you realize this process, that you are the creator of the whole universe that's within you. Every single image of every single thing that you saw, touched, smelled, heard, tasted, the whole universe with its unimaginable beauty and vastness still becomes a small image within you. So you are bigger than the image of the universe. Between the visible, palpable, touchable universe, you are bigger. Because the whole universe is nothing but an object But you are the subject, able to record the image of that universe within you. So you are smarter than the visible universe. You have a higher consciousness than the visible universe. You have a higher consciousness than the body itself, because body can be recreated within your mind. But these are all objects. They can come and they can go. Objects are finite. They have their own life. They have their own agenda. The 5 elements which create our body, they have their own destinations to go to. They come within your body, help put the body together. But at some point, all these 5 elements disperse and there is body no more. That's where our ignorance becomes clear. That whatever objects were created within our mind, even though those objects were never really in our mind, but only the imaginations, only the memories, only the recorded experience, and we believed that that body was mine. And we could have been correct, but we go beyond that we are the body. We forget that we're dealing with the image of the mind. Image is yours, but body is not yours. Image is in your command, but the body itself behaves according to the universal forces. And at some point, it's going to go. Similarly, all the experiences that you recorded, you started believing that they were yours. It is just like taking a picture of Himalayan mountains and thinking that Himalaya is mine. It is silly. Same way, the body's image is being recorded. And you yourself notice that even with your so-called control, the body keeps on changing. You have no control on it. All of a sudden you wake up in the morning and you see a white hair on your head. Instead of learning from it, that body is yours, but you are not the body. You don't wake up. Then you start accepting that body as you. And few more years go, few more months go, and more hair turned white. Your muscles seem to be getting weaker. Body seems to be getting heavier or thinner, whatever you do with it. Body changes all the time. As you are meditating, it is breathing on its own. You have no control. And yet, we establish this imaginary ownership on this objectified universe. We don't even stop at calling the body ours. We call our spouse ours. We call our parents ours. We call our children, friends, car, objects of pleasure, house, money, fame as ours. This is the height of stupidity. ignorance, but that's how the whole world lives by. The whole world collectively is under the spell of this ignorance. All the objects, including the body, are only recreated. They are only recreated within your mind. And you have only the images. These images are changing also. But it's the mind's ignorance to connect these images to the outside objects and call it its own. You are kept in this world. The whole world is a motel, and you call it yours. So just the way these images are created within your mind, there is something higher that can be achieved, that can be transcended to reach your total consciousness and realize that these are only the images recorded on this medium of consciousness. All your thoughts, all your beliefs, all your ideas, they are residing within this total consciousness. But you are that consciousness. All these images are like a mouse. They are moving around. But you can be a cat to this mouse. Even though these images keep coming, keep going, keep changing with the changing world, if you remain apart from it, then you can become a cat and your mind becomes the mouse. The cat doesn't get misguided. Cat has total clarity and it's focused on its object, that the mouse is nothing but food. Cat doesn't get into emotionalism. It doesn't start thinking, should I kill this mouse or not? Would that hurt its babies or not? Nothing. Its mind is totally aware and focused on the mouse, knowing exactly that she is in command. Through meditation, we have to develop the sharpness of the cat and start observing your mind, your thoughts, your beliefs, your ideas. Let them be there. You don't have to do anything. Those are your mediums to contact with the world. So be it. But they are not yours. Nothing is yours. Only that medium of consciousness, the awareness, is you. You are the cat. Watch your mind like a mouse playing around, but you remain in charge. Between a subject and the object, objects are created within the subject. So this ability to create that object within itself is what sets apart the subject and the object. If you look at a stone, stone is an object, but you are a subject. You are smarter and more advanced than the stone. Similarly, by observing and spending enough time in meditation, you realize that your continuously moving mind is nothing but part of your total consciousness. And your total consciousness is what you are. All the experiences, they come and they go. Just the way you are experiencing this life, this experience will disappear at some point. But nothing is going to be gone because those were only experiences. So before the death comes and the body is snatched away from you, wake up. Be a cat. Realize that the whole universe being created within your mind is only an imagination. And imaginations are imaginations. You cannot get carried away into these imaginations and start establishing your ownership on it. You don't have ownership on your dreams. Why do you have ownership on anything else? Why have ownership of your body, of your parents, of your spouse, of your friends? Be free. Remove the ownership and realize that you are the Almighty consciousness. The divisions which are created within you is the duality, meaning the different different objects have become part of the subject, and that's you. But subject remains subject. Just by dividing your mental energy, when you go to sleep in your dream, you create all these images. Doesn't mean your mental energy got divided. Mental energy was utilized to look at the dreams. But dreams could not divide your mental energy. It was the same energy being utilized to create that image which appeared to be dualistic. But it's not. So all the diversity that you're seeing with your eyes closed, in your mind, in your thoughts, are all imaginations. And they're all within you. Then you go from duality to the non-dual state. That's the time the duality becomes the mouse. You become the cat with full, sharp awareness. The whole universe becomes your slave. You remain the master. Again, do not think the universe itself becomes your slave. The images of the universe within your mind becomes your slave. The only ownership you have is on your consciousness. And the images which are created within are only the images. They're gonna keep on changing. But by knowing that it is only a play within your consciousness, you remain vigilant. Any life situation arises, you always remember the experience of your meditation, that there is nothing yours, including your body. Be free from these bondages that you have created within and with your images of everything that's going around. Remove this illusion and look at all these images as only images, not as a reality. Reality is only one, the consciousness. Consciousness is the cat. Let all these images be the mouse. Have a good day.